Welcome to PK Woodworking. This could be episode 11 or maybe 10. Okay, I haven't been able to do some videoing during the last couple of days while some things have been finished because while spraying finish and doing some of the things I was doing, I just was unwilling to risk the camera. So give you some updates about what's been going on so far. The ceiling. So the lights are in, and the air scrubbers are in. You can see over there, there's one here, one farther back, and the two fans are both in. And then as you can also see behind me, I started to install the plywood on the walls. So I still have to screw in the screws along the top and along the base plates, but I figured I'd do the whole shop at the same time, just make my life easy, I think, that way. And secondarily, I wanted to also give you a shot of how I'm doing some of the finishing stuff. So let me tilt it down. Enduro sanding sealer, and then I'm sorry, that's right here actually. And then the clear poly will go up when the whole thing's done and the center sections are put in at the very end. And there's my Apollo sprayer system that I've kind of built a cabinet around to roll around wherever I need to. Everything works great. Let me turn on some lights and show you what's going on. This place is like the sun when it's on. There's zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4, all set up and ready to go. It's really bright in here. I think it's possible I might want to add some more lights near the garage door for when the garage door is closed. Not sure, but I definitely have space there and I could add them on to the fourth circuit. It's no big deal. The rest of the ceiling is finished with the exception of the three-phase drops and for the air that's going to be installed also. That's all good to go. I've also marked on the ceiling where all of the trusses are and ready to go. So beyond that, all the insulation's in. The ceiling is blown in, and we're just ready to start moving along farther. All of these were I sprayed last night. I just have to do a quick knockdown, sand, and then I'll start doing some of the rest of the walls here. It is going to start raining in the next few days, so I'm going to try to get a significant chunk of the plywood in here so that I can get most of it finished before it gets too cool for the finish to work correctly. So anyways, that's where we're at. Welcome to PK Woodworking. Today is going to be a mega day. I don't know what number this will be in the series, but I'll put it somewhere probably along here to let you know which it is. Today, I want to cover a few things about what got accomplished and then what we're going to do. Hold, please. Okay, you probably can't tell because I haven't shown you some of the B-roll, but that'll come later. But I've put 2 coats of finish on all of the plywood in the entire shop. So the plywood is all up except for that access panel that's going to go later. And so let me give you a little shot on this side so that you can see. But all of the access panel still there, but all of the other stuff has 2 coats of general finishes clear poly, which I love, up there on the walls. This side is drying currently right now. It takes like an hour, give or take, to dry. It's about 70 degrees here. And use an Apollo Power 5 system, amazing HVLP to put it up. So hashtag to Apollo. Anyway, today we're taking up the red paper on the floor, cleaning up, sweeping up, vacuuming up the floor, and then later today machines are coming in. So I won't be able to put the machines up against the walls exactly because obviously I have to put the panels back on the wall, but at least I'll have my table saw in here powered so that I can rip these to the exact specifications, exact lengths, to make them so that there's not gaps or whatever that would look unsightly. And yeah, then we start getting things going. So I got a couple of hours before some friends show up, so I got lots of cleaning to do. So I'm probably gonna use the GoPro for that, and yeah, we'll catch you on the backside. Super exciting, like I am at the point of machines coming into the shop. So everything's cleaned up, floor's mopped from all the drywall dust and everything else that was on it. And I really wish I could have these access panels finished when I'm bringing it in, but it's just not part of the plan. So anyways, I'll give you a quick tour, and then I'm gonna start bringing stuff in here. I got friends coming in a couple hours, and we can move the big stuff. So first things first, a lot of concrete, a lot of empty space. All the way around to the electrical panels. Everything again's on the ceiling. Got a scrubber there, a fan, lots of speakers, and a scrubber in the back corner that you might not be able to see because it's covered. I'll bring you back there anyway. So I'm sure you can see it now. I'm planning on that they come on together. Again, I got some speakers here that still need to go up, and some sawhorses that are going to stay in here anyway, so I just figured I would keep them in here, and that is the full deal. And again, clean floors finally. So time to bring in some machines, some ones that I can move at least. So I'll put this in the back corner and you'll be able to see them come in. Well, thanks for watching this so far. What you've been looking at is about 24 hours of GoPro video up here somewhere. Or it could be up here, I'm not sure. So I really appreciate you putting up with all that stuff happening. So I wanted to kind of go through a little bit of stuff, like we got a lot accomplished in this video for me because we kind of finished up putting the walls up and it feels like, we're like done or whatever, we're getting there. But I just wanted to give you a small look at what I've got in front of me still. We still have to install the mini splits. So I have to remove the smaller mini split from the old shop, and that's gonna end up going back there. And then I have to add the main mini split, which is gonna go there. Now the good thing is the wiring's all there and ready to go. It's just gonna be mounting, drilling, installing, uninstalling the other one, etc. But still gonna take some time. I have to complete the install of all the air lines. So the air lines are in the wall. The manifolds are all put up. I need to come up with what kind of a connector I want to use. I'm mulling over whether I want to stick with what I have already in the shop over there. However, I just can't, the garage, I should say. I can't just take those out and have nothing there. I have to have something in there, or it means I'm gonna have to strip the whole thing out, plug everything, and I think that would actually cost more than just doing that. I've bought a manifold for the start of the air part of it that's got 2 filters and a desiccant filter in it that's gonna get mounted there. And then I'm kind of mulling over if I want to mount my air compressor. So I have a 4 horsepower, 20 gallon California Air Tools air compressor with an automatic drain. The air compressor is pretty quiet. The automatic drain is not. But it doesn't go off that often, so it's not that big of a deal. The only worry is when you mount something on the wall, you could create a speaker out of the wall. When it's going, it'll sound incredibly loud if you mount it up on the wall. But for me, I think I can mitigate the sound issues with some pads underneath it, etc. We'll figure it out. But the idea of, I don't have anything I know I'm pointing over into the corner, but above where the dust collector is gonna be, there's basically dead space above that. And so for it to mount up there and get out of the way and not be on the ground, I think would be a benefit. So I think that's probably what I'm gonna do. I need to finish wiring the belt sander. I'll probably do that today. Just to finish off the drops so that I'm done with electrical and there's no more electrical to be done. Then I have to install the dust collection piping. So that's gonna be quite an ordeal to get all the pipe in here, get it laid out, figure out where it goes. Some of the stuff is getting mounted on, drops that go against the wall are gonna be mounted up against some unistrut stuff that I got when I picked up the stuff that was left over as part of the dust collector sale. And then some of it's gonna be mounted from this stuff called gripple system that's gonna be mounted in the ceiling, which is amazing. So I can't wait to do it, but it's gonna take some time. Then I have to do the grit automation system, which I have a video, maybe I put something on Instagram, I can't remember, but it's amazing. The grit automation system is amazing because it basically can work with almost anything you've got. And so I'm basically, last night I took down the system that was in the old shop, now a garage. I took those actuators off the old blast gates, and now those actuators, along with a bunch more actuators, will install on the new blast gates. They have amazing customer service, so I'm gonna be able to give them a call and say hey, how do I connect my dust collector turn on or take it off of my old Oneida system and move it to the new Felder system I have? And I already had a conversation with him. He said, yeah, just give me a call, no problem. We'll walk you through it. So again, that's gonna take some time. Then I have to move the bandsaw in. So the bandsaw, you may have seen in older videos, is an SCM S640P, and it's 8 feet tall. Just a little less, like a couple of inches less than 8 feet tall. And my garage door in my garage is only 7 feet tall. So to get it in, my son Matt and I had to do some bizarre calisthenics with appliance dolly that had a 45 wheel set on it that we almost killed ourselves on. So I'm trying to come up with a better way of doing that. My sons will be back next weekend, so we'll probably tackle it then. Got to get that in here. Now the beauty of the new shop is has got an 8-foot tall door to come into, so I won't have the same problem. It's on a mobile base, and I can roll the thing in here after we get it out of the old garage, so that's not a big deal. Then I have to move or install all the AV system. So let me just give you the whole scenario of that. So I've talked about speakers that have been sitting on the back wall for a while. There's 3 boxes over there, left, center, right, that go around the TV. I have to cut those out of the plywood that's on the wall, mount those. Not a big deal, a few minutes maybe at the most. But I have to move the AV cabinet that is in the old shop that's mounted on the wall. I have to uninstall everything that's in there, take it out, and then move it back over to this shop in the corner. Then I need to tone out and hook up all of the speakers and components. I have to uninstall and reinstall the TV. So take the TV out of the old shop, put it in here on the wall. Then I have to install the 3 subwoofers and ensure that they actually work the way I expect them to work. Reconfigure and calibrate receiver, because now I have more ceiling channels and I have an LCR amplifier just for the left, center, right speakers. I have to configure the receiver to make that work. I need to terminate and test the Cat 6 that comes all the way from the the networking cabinet in my home, and they're all the way through across the attic and then down into some conduit and all the way over here into the corner. I have to test and terminate those and then get it into the stuff that I need inside the AV cabinet here. And then I need to add the amplifiers that weren't a part of it before for the music speakers that are up in the ceiling up here, and then set all that up to make that work. So that is only I could go on about what it's going to take to get that done. I'll definitely be videoing that part of it, so you can kind of see how it all works. Got to fill in the expansion joints in the concrete, so I don't have to worry about sawdust in them ever again. I did it in the old garage or the shop over there. I have the stuff over here, so I know what to order. It's not very hard. It's just you got to clean it out, and then you got to tape off the stuff and stick it in there and let it dry. Not a big deal. Works great. I have to trim out the windows and the doors, so they still need to get trimmed out and finished because they don't have any molding on them. And if you get close, you're like, hey, this isn't done yet. You got to clean off the overspray from the windows. So all of the windows got a little bit of overspray from when I was shooting the clear coat that you're seeing probably right now inside the shop. So, I knew what was going to go. It's a water-based thing. It'll come off with a razor blade. I'm not worried about it at all. I got to relocate the miter saw setup to the new shop. So where I'm taking this video right now is a long wall, 12 feet of open space that's going to have the miter saw setup that I have videos way down below that I created. It's kind of floating system. I've mulled over whether I want it anymore. Now that I can have my outrigger on my sliding table saw all the time, it's something I'm mulling over, but I'm gonna just do it and install it and see it. If it's too cramped or I don't like it, I might change my mind. I don't know, who knows? But that's gonna be one of those things where I'm gonna use a couple of my hydraulic lift tables so that I can just put it right underneath it, disconnect it, jack it up, hopefully wheel the whole thing in here, take all the mounts off the wall, the fast cap mounts that I bought, mount them on here on the studs, and should be simple. Just a bit of a situation. Then I have to relocate the back cabinet that I have in the shop back to the back. That has the drawers in it that have all my Festool stuff in it. And I need to just get that mounted back over in the back corner. And then at the same time, I need to decide what is going to go into those Stanley Vidmar cabinets. So that's going to be a whole nother organization thing that none of you probably will care about. I need to also put a plinth this time underneath that back cabinet. So the back cabinet, when I did it in the garage shop, my idea was I was going to lift it off the ground and make it like a floating thing, and it is right now. But that turned into just a mess. It was going to give me the chance to put dust collection tube underneath the cabinet. I tried it, it didn't work, so it just turned into being messy underneath there with sawdust, etc. So I'm going to create like your traditional kick plate kind of plinth situation that you'd put on a kitchen cabinet. I'm going to stick it underneath there. And then I got to rebuild the back tool wall from the shop in there into here. And, you know, I think it's going to pretty much lay out the same way, except I'm not going to have some of the limitations I had before with space that I had before. So hopefully that'll be a little bit better. Who knows? We'll see. I still need to add a small piece of plywood to the wall right next to where the lift master door lift is at, garage door opener, whatever you want to call it, to finish it out. It's a long story, but I just need to move a bunch of stuff around there to get it to work. But literally it's probably 18 inches by 12 inches. It's just a little piece of plywood up there. I need to move all the clamps and the clamp holders from the walls in the old shop and move them over into this shop. I believe they're probably going to end up on the wall right there of the bathroom. I think that's what the plan was originally, so we'll see how that works. I'll kind of mock it up and see if that works, because that's going to be where the actual cart's going to be. The Barth cart will be for doing some assembly, etc. I need to move and mount the accessories for the shop, the table saw, the shaper, the wide belt, etc. So for the wide belt, I'm going to have to create some tubes for the belts to hang, because they need to hang in a certain way. And then I have all the other like stuff that I've got from Einer, etc. that go for the shaper and the table saw. Those got to mount on the wall. I need to install a electronic entry door system for the door here. I don't want to keep opening and closing the garage door all the time as part of the plan. I really don't want to lose all the cool air or heated air every time I come in and out of the garage. And carrying around a set of keys is just a pain in the you-know-what. So I'm just going to search through today and figure out what I want to do to solve for the electronic entry here. Should be pretty easy. So I have half-inch thick rubber rolls that are in the current shop right now. Some of them are cut up to fit around the machines, and some of them were just laid out flat and straight. So they come in 4-foot wide rolls, and you can get them. I got them to 25 feet long. I think 20 feet long, sorry. But after I get all this stuff moved around, all the ducting put where I know where it's going to be, I'm going to bring in the half-inch that I have already currently, and then I'm going to calculate how much I need to buy and add and come in here. And it's really important to figure it out pretty accurately, because this stuff's expensive, but the worst part is the shipping. The shipping is insanity. But definitely want to get that finished. And then I need to add a floor to the bathroom. The bathroom's just got a concrete floor currently right now, and it looks fine, but I want to put something in there. I mean, some luxury vinyl flooring of some kind in there. And then I want to replace the micro toilet that they gave me with a full-size one. I didn't really plan it. I thought I was going to have to supply the toilet as part of the actual build out, but he put a small toilet in there that's like, it's comedy. It's how small it is. I'm sure it was a pricing situation. I need to build a vanity also for the shop sink that's on the outside of the bathroom, and otherwise it's kind of like just a plastic thing sitting there that's not very sturdy, to be honest with you. I need to install the tile board that goes around it too. So I didn't put plywood on that wall, because I'm going to put tile board on there that's smooth, and hopefully water will come right off it and it'll work really well, etc. So I need to also fix and calibrate the wide belt sander. So I know I alluded to it before, but when it was shipped, it got damaged. I ordered some parts for it. I don't think it'll be too complex, but I don't even know if it powers on and works at this point in time. So if it powers on and works and I can calibrate it, then I'm also going to order a new in-feed roller system, because the old one got pretty beat up and I didn't really get to check it out or see it before I made the claim. So I probably should have made a claim also for that, for the insurance, but they covered everything else, and I'm into this thing so cheap, like that if it works, it's going to be a great buy. So I'm really excited about it. Then I need to build cabinets wherever I might need. Now I got all this storage back there in these drawers from these Stanley Vidmark cabinets. So I think I won't need as much as I think I would need, but I do need to put, in some places, probably some cabinets on the ceiling, etc. So we'll see how that works. I hate them, but I will do them, because there are some things that you just need to store away, etc., etc. So that's kind of the gist of it. But then there's like all this collateral damage, I want to call, that happened as part of this project. So I need to take care of all these things that are going on. So I need to dispose of all the pallets and trash and plywood and junk that came out of this thing that have been sitting there that I could slice up and slowly put into the trash. I may do that. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see how that works out. I need to finish fixing the landscape around the shop. I did most of it. There is there's a drip system that I need to complete and fix. We'll get that done. No big deal. I need to turn my shop that I had into a functioning empty garage. Now, I've taken off a lot of the stuff off the ceiling already. As part of the air stuff that I talked about before, I need to take off air reels and I need to mount them in here. I have a new air reel that I don't know how I'm going to connect because it didn't come with a connector. I'll figure that out. But I need to get all that stuff off of the ceiling. I need to plug all of the holes in the ceiling of the shop that got holes there because I had, I had speakers in the ceiling. So I need to plug all those. There's some stuff on the front wall that I'll need to plug holes on. Yesterday I took out the 3-phase little DIN breaker panel I had in there. I need to cover up the hole that's there. I need to also get rid of the old breakers that are in there from some of the shop stuff. I've disconnected everything last night, pulled all the wiring out of the breakers so that they're basically sitting there just taking up space. But I really need to get that done. I need to move the EV charger from where it's at in the single car garage into the 2-car garage so Sarah and I can use the EV charger in the garage for a change. I might add a second EV charger. I'm not sure if we're going to still continue to share. I'm kind of waiting for vehicle to home, whatever, it may never happen. So I need to also, just clean it up in general, make sure it all functions and, whatever, repaint wherever I need to repaint. I need to take down a Delta air scrubber that I have up in the ceiling there that I'm not going to use anymore and then sell that off. I need to empty the wood shed of all the stuff that's not supposed to be in the wood shed and move them into the single car garage that we have that's going to have a storage thing. That's going to turn that single car garage storage into exactly what Sarah always wanted it to be. So at least that's what she says. And so we got to get that done. We need to remove and sell my Oneida Dust Gorilla collector that's in the little outbuilding that I built that's in a video way down on the bottom of my video list. So I need to get that out of there and sell it, and then we'll just use that little building out there as a little storage area. It'll also have the smaller Oneida, California Air Tools air compressor. That little one will go in there where the old 4 horsepower was. So at least I can have air in the garage to fill tires up, etc. It just won't be a ton of air. Whew. So all that stuff and probably more needs to get done. So we got lots and lots and lots of more videos to come. And I'm sorry when they don't come out like where everybody wants them every week or whatever, but I got a day job and I got other things I got going on too. So anyways, thank you for watching all of this. I know this one stretched out probably longer than anybody expected, but I appreciate it. Thank you for watching PK Woodworking, and we'll see you on the next one.